Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. So for today's video, I figured I would yet again review yet another Before Time film because, well, I've already reviewed quite a few of these by this point, so why not do another? Obviously. So I've already discussed multiple different direct-to-video animated features to begin with, which I've done multiple times, so why stop now? Anyway, yes, this is the one I've been talking about, folks. So okay, I guess this has something to do with the long necks. Dinosaurs like Littlefoot, of course. So I guess in some ways it's going to be focusing on him, and because he discovered something, and this something would change his life forever. Like, oh boy, yeah. So this gets to tell you that whatever this is, it's very important. It's extremely important. So okay, you got to base a story around something, I reckon, because Littlefoot has been on many adventures before, but in this new edition of the series, the next adventure just may change life forever. So that's pretty much going to be the central theme here, of course. And might as well just get to it, I guess. I reckon. Anyway, of course, as usual, let's just talk about the plot, shall we? So here we go. Oh yeah, definitely. As typical, of course, Littlefoot and his friends do have this big adventure. One night, however, the thing is that Littlefoot has this sleep story. If you don't know what that is, dreams are referred to sleep stories because you dream and it come out like you have a story in your head. That's basically what that is. Anyway, where he sees the Great Circle, and the Great Circle is the sun, by the way. So yeah, they will have nicknames to certain things that they know nothing about. Anyway, falling out of the sky, and when he mentions it to his grandparents, they reveal that they are sharing the same experience for some reason. But okay, that's a thing. But this grandpa pretty much laying out that they need to go somewhere. Littlefoot explains that this situation to his friends, and they become interested. So that does become a thing, obviously. Led only by the instinct, they leave the next day. Out of curiosity, Sarah, Spike, Duck, and Petrie follow them, of course. During this little adventure, Littlefoot is nearly eaten by this dinosaur while playing in a swamp. So yes, of course, like I was saying, is that things get pretty crazy as you may expect when it comes to this kind of thing, because of course it will. And of course, you're just trying to figure out what's going on really and why does this have to be a thing. But there you are, I suppose. And this is definitely something they're trying to discuss, of course. And that's about it, really. I mean, there's more to it than that, of course. I'm not gonna really spoil it, which I really do anyway. But as far as this is concerned, it's a decent story, I guess. It's a decent little movie. The animation is, yeah, of course, the animation does feel more of like a computer, a type of animation, of course. So yeah, as far as the animations goes, it does look like a computer kind of a thing, like a mixture maybe. I don't know, but it looks like a computerized, maybe too computerized in some ways, if that's a word. Like as if they animate this entire movie on the computer, but it has like a 2D look to it in some ways. I mean, it was already going down this road anyway, but it really shows here, I guess. Anyway, I mean, the animation itself is passable, I guess. The animation is passable for what they're trying to do. As for the character designs, the detail, it's it's enough to get by, I guess. I suppose it doesn't really have the same sense of depth in animation and character designs and detail like the first movie did. But like I said, it's enough. It's enough to get by when it comes to that kind of thing. So it's okay. I guess it's the animation and character designs are serviceable for what they're trying to do here. Actually, all right. So I guess they're trying to use some kind of animation for these movies, of course. Mind you, this one was made in the 2000s, so of course they had to change up the animation some kind of fashion. 2003, if anyone is wondering. So yes, there's gonna be some quite a bit of singing. Yes, the dinosaur actually singing this one for those who don't know. That's been a thing in the series for a good little while by this point. So yes, the dinosaurs are actually singing. I don't know why, but there you go. I reckon. obviously you would use the singing as a way to put them as use as a way to exposition. That's about it really. And it just seems weird in some ways because this was not like that in the first movie. None of this was like that in the first movie at all. I mean, the first film had music, yes, but the dancers themselves never sang it. It's just after the fact, after a good while, they did this, and this was no different. They continue to do this trend, the way the dancers would sing. Like, okay, yes, that makes it really juvenile. It makes it really goofy. It makes it really silly, of course. So again, my major complaint is that yes, like we were saying before, there was a decline in these movies. Like I was saying, because it's really cringe. Like it's so cringe because of that. It was like a strong decline because of that. And oh boy, and you can drastically tell that there's a big difference as the series went, and not particularly in a good way, not really whatsoever. And it just seems like they, at this point they're just giving them things to do. That's about it. They're just giving these characters something to do. That's about it. That's all I can really say is my biggest complaint for for a lot of these movies is that they're just giving these characters something to do. That's about it. They're just giving them something to do, just for the sake of it. That's it, really. It just just to do it for its own sake. No rhyme, no reason. I mean, there is something of a reason, but at this point, they're just doing things just to do things. It just comes off they're just doing things just to have them do something at this point. It just seems ridiculous in some ways when you think about it, but okay. Whatever. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird at this point. So it's super childish. Like we were saying, it's really juvenile at this point. Like we were saying, excuse me if I'm repeating myself, folks, but that's probably the best way I can say it, folks. Yes, it feels lackluster. Quite obviously, it feels very lackluster, unfortunately, when you think about it. But okay, so there's that, I reckon. But all right then, so there's that, I suppose. I mean, it's this. How do I put this? But it's all right, I guess. It's very okay, I suppose. I mean, it's something for kids, I suppose. So I guess that's about it, really. There's not much I can say when it comes to story wise. The story wise, even at this point, it comes off overly simplistic, like way too simplistic for its own good. I mean, yes, that's been an issue for a good while. Comes to these movies, it's been overly simplistic, really, and that's been a plan for a good while. So the dialogue is simplistic, the character motivations are simplistic, and yes, not only that, I do feel like this movie does feel extremely rushed in some places here and there. And so yeah, to some extent, it feels rushed, really. But okay, sure, whatever. As for the acting, the voice acting, I mean, it's okay, I guess. Oh boy. Yes, this franchise has seen better days, is what I'm getting at, folks. Pretty much. Anyway, I'll give this film a Novaval rating of a 5.6 out of 10. It's a 5.6 out of 10 for me. So, of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. See ya. Oh, yeah.